Hello and welcome. This week we've got a packed episode featuring some of the latest headlines making waves across Clark County, Washington. Now, how about that campaign trail? Joe Kent is on a mission, rallying voters at a series of town halls. But with the election just around the corner, what key points is he pushing forward in these last critical days? And speaking of campaigns, candidates faced off in a live debate. Did it sway any undecided voters? Then we'll shift gears to a topic everyone in the area knows too well: traffic. Will the $7.5 billion Interstate Bridge Replacement ease or worsen our daily commutes? And what's up with the new design at 34th Street and 164th Avenue? If you're already frustrated, brace yourself. Local drivers have a lot to say. We also have news about a recent officer-involved shooting. The Vancouver Police Department just released video footage from the incident, and we'll share what we've learned from the investigation so far. Plus, we've got updates on a suspicious death case and an attempted murder charge in Yakult. With the November general election approaching, Joe Kent is stepping up his game, holding several town hall meetings across Clark County, Washington. These events are designed to engage directly with voters, answering questions and outlining his campaign priorities. Kent has focused on national security, economic policies, and safeguarding the interests of local families. He's also made strong appeals to veterans, emphasizing his military background as a key asset in representing Washington's 3rd Congressional District. Kent's direct approach in these town halls aims to solidify his support base as Election Day nears. It's clear that he's pulling out all the stops in these final days. In a much-anticipated debate, Congressional candidates faced off live to present their platforms. Joe Kent and Gluesenkamp Perez sparred over issues including immigration, the economy, and healthcare. The debate, hosted locally, provided voters an opportunity to see how the candidates handle tough questions in real time. Both candidates had moments where they shone, but did it change anyone's mind? As the audience engaged, there was a clear divide in opinions. Some came away more confident in their candidate, while others might have more to think about before they cast their ballot. After watching Monday's debate, are you feeling more confident in your choice of candidate for Congress? This is the big question we're asking in this week's poll. Town halls, debates, and forums are crucial moments for candidates to connect with voters, and we want to hear from you. Head over to our site and let us know if Monday's face-off gave you a clearer direction on how you'll be voting come November. The $7.5 billion Interstate Bridge Replacement project, designed to improve the I-5 corridor between Oregon and Washington, might come with an unexpected side effect: more traffic congestion. The current projection shows that residents could face an additional 3 hours of congestion due to construction-related delays. Local officials are asking for patience, noting that the long-term benefits will outweigh these temporary disruptions. But as anyone who's sat in gridlock knows, it's easier said than done. The project is expected to be completed over several years, leaving many residents to wonder when relief will finally come. A new traffic design at 34th Street and 164th Avenue has left drivers scratching their heads and gripping their steering wheels. Complaints have been pouring in from local residents about increased delays and confusing lane changes at this intersection. Officials have responded by saying the design is still being fine-tuned, but the frustration among drivers is palpable. With commute times rising and patience running thin, local authorities are working to address the concerns as swiftly as possible. For now, if you're traveling through that area, be prepared for longer waits and extra caution. Clark County Auditor's Office has dismissed a voter registration challenge against John Lay, who was accused of improperly voting outside his residential district. The challenge was sparked by concerns over Lay's candidacy and the accuracy of his voter registration. After a thorough review, the Auditor's Office found no evidence of wrongdoing, allowing Lay to remain on the ballot and continue his campaign. The Vancouver Police Department has released critical footage from the officer-involved shooting on September 27th. This shooting resulted in the death of a man who allegedly pointed a firearm at officers. The video sheds light on the sequence of events leading up to the tragic incident. Vancouver Police Chief James McIlvaine commented, We're committed to transparency and accountability in this investigation. The footage is part of the ongoing investigation, which includes multiple layers of review to determine whether the officers' actions were justified. Additional details have emerged surrounding the September 27th officer-involved shooting. As investigators work through the evidence, the community remains divided over the use of force. The victim, whose identity has been released, had a prior criminal record, but the focus now is on the officer's split-second decision to fire. Local leaders have called for calm while the investigation continues, and a full report is expected in the coming weeks. In a separate incident, Vancouver authorities have identified the victim in a suspicious death case. The individual, whose body was found in a remote area, has been named, though details surrounding their death remain unclear. Law enforcement is asking for the public's help in piecing together the events leading up to this tragedy. While investigators work on uncovering new leads, the family of the victim is requesting privacy during this difficult time. A domestic dispute in Yakult has led to an arrest on an attempted murder charge. The incident, which occurred between housemates, escalated into a violent altercation involving a firearm. One individual has been arrested and charged, while the victim remains hospitalized in serious condition. The community of Yakult has been shaken by the event, and local law enforcement is working to determine if prior conflicts between the two individuals played a role in the escalation. Mark your calendars for the upcoming candidate fair, taking place before the November 5th general election. This event will bring together federal and state candidates, offering residents a chance to engage directly with those running for office. It's an opportunity to get informed, ask questions, and make educated decisions as we head toward Election Day. And that wraps up this week's top stories. Make sure to visit clarkcountytoday.com for more updates and in-depth coverage on these stories and others affecting our community. Also, don't forget to submit your letter to the editor at ken.v@clarkcountytoday.com and cast your vote in this week's poll. We hope you have a fantastic weekend, and as always, thank you for following Clark County Today, your trusted source for local news.